Alright, so in today's video we're checking out another portable Bluetooth speaker, and this is from a company called StageSound, and this is the Stage GoFree Max, and this is everything that came in the box. You get the speaker, you get a 3.5mm aux cable, and a USB-A to USB-C cable. This is for charging the speaker, and you get a user's guide. Quick look around the box here, not much in the front, some information here in the back, some of the features, 80 watts peak, you do have LEDs in the front. Wireless stereo pairing is basically you can buy two of these and then basically pair them together so you have basically stereo sound. It does have multi-source playback, so you can, that's what the 3.5mm audio cable is for, so you can pump in audio signal directly to the speaker instead of using Bluetooth. And then you also have the ability to use a SD card, and this is IPX7 waterproof rated. Now in terms of the specs, just going to quickly show you what we have here in the manual. Some things that are important to note: 3.7 volt, 10,000 milliamp hour battery. It can be used as a power bank. I'll show you that here in a second. There's the charging time, 5 hours. And then here are the dimensions. It's about 9.37 by 3.84 by 4.13 inches. And it weighs about 3.87 pounds. So this is the larger one. That's why it's called the Max. There's a smaller version of this speaker. It's called the Stage GoFree, and it's actually quite a bit smaller than this one. So I don't have that one. I never tested it, but they look identical. I mean, almost exactly the same, just a miniature version of this. So obviously it's going to sound different. There's actually a lot more reviews on the miniature version than this larger version. I'm not sure why, but if you see a lot of reviews, it looks like it's on the same thing. Just be aware that it might be the smaller version, which is significantly cheaper, and obviously it's going to sound a lot different. All right, so taking a look around the speaker itself, it's got sort of this retro look here and this metal grill in the front. And the brand that it looks most similar to is probably Marshall, I think is what most people would say this is mimicking. It's got that same sort of retro look with this metal grill in the front, although I don't think any of the Marshall speakers have the LEDs in the front. So behind this metal grill are two 1-inch tweeters. They're on each side here. I think they're silk dome tweeters. And then you have two drivers here. They're 2.75 inches here on each side. Those are the main drivers on each of these. So there's 4 units inside here total behind this metal grill. Now, in terms of what you get for the money, just in general, I found that these speakers from StageSound are about half the cost of a similar Marshall speaker and with the same sort of specifications. And right now, if you're watching this video, there's a special discount code for this particular model. And it's only for my viewers. If you are interested in picking this up, there'll be a 15% additional discount code, which I'll provide a little later in the video, so stick around for that. On the side here, you have this leather handle for carrying it around. On the bottom, you have 4 rubber feet. And the sort of the material on here is kind of a soft touch fake leather all around on the side and also the top. It feels pretty nice. Got your volume controls here, the power button there, these kind of like gold metal buttons. You got your track forward and pause. The mode button here switches the mode from Bluetooth to either the SD card or the audio jack, which is in the back. And then this button here controls the Bluetooth pairing and also the wireless stereo pairing if you want to pair with another one of these. In the front, on either side of here, you have these indicators, and there's also act as buttons. So you can see we have this sort of LED rainbow mode here. You press this button to switch to different light modes as such here, and then there's certain modes where it will change with the sound, which I'll show you in a second. I think it's the rainbow mode. This one here, and then this one here is for the EQ, and it's going to tell you which mode it's in. So we'll press the button.
Bass, treble, normal.
So you can adjust the EQ with this button here. It's very nice and very convenient. In the back here, you have just a kind of a passive radiator, and I have been kind of messing around with this, and it is a bit on the stiff side, so I'm not sure how well that affects the bass. You guys can judge from the audio quality. And then this is a rubber flap here in the back, And this, you want to make sure this is closed to maintain the waterproof rating. But underneath here is the charge port. So you're going to charge on this USB-C port here. You can put in your SD cards here, or the micro SD cards for your audio tracks to play back directly from that. This is the 3.5mm port, so you can switch that mode with the mode button up top. And then this is the USB-A port. You plug in a cable here, and then you can use this as a power bank and charge up other USB devices through this port here. All right, so at this point, we'll just go ahead and get right to the audio samples. I'm going to start off everything in the normal mode, and then I'll switch it through while it's playing, and you'll get an idea of how it basically changes the sound of the audio quality. Now, I've already been listening to this for a while. I can just tell you, from my subjective opinion, the bass is pretty good for its size. Obviously, the larger it is, it's going to have more bass. So obviously this will have a lot more bass than the smaller version of this one. But at the same time, if you compare it to like a full-on, like a large stereo, system with a really large subwoofer, of course that bass is going to be better. I'm just saying that the bass for this size is pretty good compared to some of the other speakers that I have reviewed in the past. But for this particular model, I think that the midtones and the highs actually sound really good on this one compared to some of the other ones I reviewed. So something to be aware of. I think that they focus mainly on the midtones and the highs, and it's very clear and crisp. But you can listen to the audio and make your own assessment.
Bass. Treble.
Just like a spark that's breaking out, can't make a stop, can't.
Normal.
You know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Only just like the sunrise.
Bass. Normal. Base. Treble. Normal.
All right, so hopefully it'll give you a good sense of how the audio sounds from the speaker. Put the 15% discount code up here on the screen, so you can put that in at checkout and get an additional 15% off. It's a pretty good price for this particular size speaker and actually the way it sounds and quality-wise, everything like that. So that'll be linked down in the video description in terms of where you can pick this up. That'll do it for this video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.